Welcome everyone to Bearded Airsoft. I'm Blackbeard and nasa harap ko ngayon ay ang BLE ICP ng ICS. So, let's talk about it. Now, before we go in deeper, gusto ko lang maglagay ng disclaimer sa video na to. I am an ICS captain or an ICS brand ambassador. ICS sent this pistol over to me free of any charge. Despite that, however, this review will be unbiased. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the pistol. So this pistol is a green gas-powered gas blowback na Glock 17-ish na platform. It chronos in at around 300 FPS with 0.2 gram BBs at 12 kg gas. You can run it with 14 or 9 kg na gas, although I recommend na 12 kg gamitin nyo kasi yun ang suggested ng ICS. So, out of the box, it is tracer ready kasi included na yung thread adapter niya and yung outer barrel niya is threaded as well. Sa slide naman, mapapansin nyo, vented siya, so that allows the pistol to cycle faster. Ang isang disadvantage nun, yung palo niya o yung recoil niya is not as hard kicking as some other players may like. So, mapapansin nyo, yung optics niya are taller than your standard Glock optics. It is also painted. Mapapansin nyo yung paint is greenish in tint. And the reason for that is luminous iron sight siya. That basically just means it glows in the dark. So all that combined, it just allows you to gain a easier sight picture regardless of the condition, whether it's daytime or nighttime. Ngayon, mapapansin din sa slide, may dalawang butas dito. That's because it is optics ready. May RMR kayo, swak siya dito. The downside to this is kailangan yung RMR nyo is either real steel or real steel spec yung screws. Kasi I do have a reproduction RMR and hindi kasha yung screws dito because it's China reproduction. And yeah, hindi kasha. So, mapapansin nyo din dito, standard naman sa Glock to, meron siyang fluting dito sa standard na Glocks. It's just like standard texturing. Ito, medyo fluted talaga siya kasi mas protruding siya. Overall, it just allows you to rack the pistol easier, especially with gloves. And going down a bit, ito sa frame niya, nakikita nyo, meron siyang Picatinny rail. And this is where you can mount your flashlights, lasers, foregrips, run cameras, foregrips, bipods, or whatever you like. Pwede nyo ilagay dyan. In my case, nakakabit dito yung pang universal na holster niya. So, yeah. Hindi ko siya ginagamit for flashlight. Ngayon, pagpatunayan sa trigger, nothing too amazing or nothing too notable. That's because it's just a standard trigger guard, a standard Glock trigger. It does have the Glock safety na pag sa side mo siya pinindot, hindi siya hindi mag-i-engage yung trigger niya. And the only thing that they added here is yung paint. So, kanina ako napansin nyo, hindi kita yung paint nung naka-trigger down. Pero pag naka-trigger up siya or naka-hammer down, kita siya. It just signifies na the gun is hot. Now, tingnan mo naman dito, you have some dimpling dito. And the purpose for that, it's just a point of reference para alam mo kung saan malalagay yung daliri mo pag naka-trigger out ka. Like that. It's just nice to have. Now, I mentioned earlier na it's a Glock 17-ish platform. And here's why. Papansin nyo, yung kanyang slide lock is 1911 style. So, yeah, that's why. Attached to that slide lock is the slide release button. It is extended, unlike yung medyo flat na style do sa standard Glock 17. And sa likod nun, you have a thumb rest. The thumb rest is ambidextrous, meron siya sa right side, pero yung kanyang slide release is only one-sided. So, yeah. To access the hop-up, of course, para siya 1911. Hindi siya yung parang Glock style na pag-access sa kanya. And yun ang isang negative na hindi ko nagustuhan sa pistol na to because the 1911 style ay yung Glock style na pag takedown ng pistol is just easier kumpara sa ginagawa ko ngayon, which is the 1911 style. Bear with me. Hindi ako sanay sa 1911 style na pag, especially kakagupit ko lang ng kuko. Right, there you go. Access the hop up. Gawin mo lang yung, na yon, thing na yon, and this thing should slide right off. Yan. So, ito yung hop up. Nandito siya. Right or clockwise is pagtaas ng hop, counterclockwise is pagbaba ng hop. Internally, siya pag-uusapan ngayon, I'll leave that to Ivan of Tactical Playgrounds. He's more knowledgeable with gunsmithing, and he can tell you more about it than I can. Alright. So, moving down a bit, mapapansin nyo may groove siya dito. Most Glocks meron groove bandan dito. Nandito siya. And you might think na, oh, it looks cool. It's probably just an aesthetic thing. It's not. It's actually better than yung Glock na groove dito. Kasi yung Glock na groove dito, hindi siya swak sa daliri mo pag tama yung paghawak mo ng Glock. So, I don't know why Glock does that. Pero I think ICS just basically made the Glock better than Glock. Right? Yeah. Pagdating mo naman dito sa mag release, it's your standard na tawag dito, extended mag release. It just has some dimpling here, so mas madali siyang hanapin pag naka-gloves ka. What I don't like about this is the fact na hindi siya ambidextrous. Now, I can press this from this side. From this side, I can. Now, I can switch it over to the other side, so left-handed ka, hope is not entirely lost. Pero that's just kind of disappointing, especially considering ICS is kind of known for having ambidextrous units. And yung lolo nito, yung BLE Alpha, my first ICS pistol, ambidextrous, fully ambidextrous. So I don't know bakit ito hindi. So that's just unfortunate. Now, moving down sa grip. The grip, standard yung sa harap, standard yung sa likod for Glocks. Pero yung sa sides, as with most higher-end Glocks, gumagamit sa stippling, ICS went against the grain on this one and decided na gumamit ng texturing instead. Mapapansin nyo, para siyang stone wall sa likod ko ngayon. So, it's actually called parang stone wash or stone wall, something like that. Sa site nila, I forgot. Pero, yeah, it looks like a stone wall. It looks really cool. It might look random, pero hindi. As you can see here, pag nirap yung fingers sa kanyang ganyan, sakto siya sa grooves. Right? Saktong-sakto siya sa grooves. So that's great. So ito yung napansin ko sa pistol na to. I've only fielded it once sa CQB Master nung last Saturday. And I don't think that's enough time to make a fair conclusion sa performance and reliability niya. But I did notice one thing. And that's the ergonomics. This pistol is the most ergonomic pistol na na-try ko sa airsoft at this point sa aking airsoft career. It has a lot of small things and small details na inad nila that you'd think it's just for flair and para lang pamukhain siyang tactical, and it does look tactical. Pero it just comes together beautifully and it just makes the pistol super ergonomic. Diba? So, fingers mo, sakto dito, thumb rest, and then yung trigger out, ayan, sakto dyan. Support thumb. It's so easy to hold this Glock properly. In fact, this pistol encourages you to hold it properly. I find that yung standard na Glock design kind of fights you pagdating sa sa paghawak sa kanya properly. And you might be saying, no, hindi naman ganun kahirap hawakan ng Glock properly. And yes, you're correct, hindi naman talaga ganun kahirap. Pero in the heat of combat, napapansin ko sometimes improper hawak ko. Sa kanya, that's not the case. Even in combat, every time I pull this out of the holster, proper hawak ko sa kanya. And I really like that. Again, it's nothing that training can't fix, pero hindi naman lahat tayo kasi ay full-time sundalo. Right? So, really appreciated that they made this Glock super ergonomic, and it just really encourages you to hold it properly. Ngayon, According sa ICS, fixed ang outer barrel let off, pero for some reason, mapapansin nyo, it still has some play. So I don't know why that is. I would chalk it up to, I think, ibang standard nila sa fixed outer barrel kumpara sa standard natin sa Pilipinas. But I will let them know, and maybe they'll update their website about that. So, Sheldon from the future here, binalikan na ako ni ICS regarding the fixed outer barrel. So, kaya siya wobbly pa rin is basically dahil hindi talaga siya fixed outer barrel. It's a fixed inner barrel. It's basically held down by this pin. And that's probably why gumamit sila ng 1911 style na pin. I'm sure Ivan of Tactical Playgrounds will explain to you in greater detail, pero yun muna yung masasabi ko about it for now. Moving on dun sa magwell. So, it's subtle, but if you look at it closely, mapapansin nyo it's flared. Konti lang, but it's there. And it's enough na every time na sinasalpak nyo yung magazine niya sa kanya, it's smooth and easy. So, I really like that kasi aesthetically, hindi ko trip ang itsura ng mga flared magwell, especially the aftermarket one that you can find sa airsoft community natin. I think it breaks the aesthetic of the pistol. This one doesn't, but it has the same effect. Maybe it's not as effective, pero, you know, it's a compromise, and I like it. But that's not the best feature because, kung papansin nyo, may screw hole dito. If you remove the screw here, you can remove the magwell from the seams. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, because let's say you're a avid WE Glock 19 enjoyer and gusto mo bumili ng ICP and you're thinking na bibili pa ako ng extra mags na ICS Glock 17, I'll just stick to the G19 kasi meron ako mags and everything, blah, 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 blah. Valid points. Except, you're wrong. The reason for that, pag tinanggal nyo to, kakainin niya ang Glock 19 mags. Not only that, this pistol is also compatible with WE mags. So, yeah, that's a good cost-saving feature that I really appreciate from ICS. Kasi alam ko madaming tao na hesitant just because of the mags. Now, I'm gonna put this down and let's talk about the mags. Now, the mags on the outside, wala naman siya masyadong, notable things. Except, of course, of the extended base plate. Pansin nyo, it's dimpled, both sides, and also extended. So it's easier to pull out of your magazine pouches. But also, what I like about it is, pag nakasalpak yung magazine, it's more real estate for your fingers. And again, it just adds on why this pistol is so ergonomic. And another thing, this is not just a piece of plastic na nakasalpak sa ilalim ng magazine. If you open it up, may button dito, open it up, takes a bit of finagling, pero you open it up, mapapansin nyo, that's the entire mag. So, yeah, that's more space for BBs and gas. And speaking of, this magazine can fit 30 BBs in it, and yung gas efficiency niya can unload 2 mags with one load of 12 kg gas. So the reason kung bakit sobrang efficient niya sa gas is because of ICS's Revo valve. So that's why. So that concludes my initial review of the BLE ICP. Now, as the title suggests, this will not be the last time that this pistol is featured on this channel. Kung mapapansin nyo, I intentionally left out the performance aspect of the review. And the reason for that is because I want to put the pistol through its paces sa Nightfall and Bivouac 15. After those events, I will be conducting an after-action review of the pistol, focusing on its performance and reliability on the field. But now, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the pistol? Gusto nyo ba siya? Or pass kayo? Or maybe meron na kayong ICP and you have some insights that you want to share. Whatever the case may be, comment down below and let's have a discussion. Ngayon, let's say you want to see this pistol in action. Well, I suggest you go to Kaiju on Facebook. He has gameplay footage of this pistol sa CQB Master. He's a fellow ICS captain and a teammate of mine. But what if you want to handle it? Well, salamat kayo na isa akong galanting tao. And if you catch me sa CQB Master ng Thursday nights, Saturdays, or Sundays, just approach me. Tell me you're interested about the pistol and I'll let you fire a few rounds through it. But, kailangan pakita niyo sa akin na subscribe na kayo. If hindi kayo subscribe, kung mapahawak sa inyo, iingitin ko lang kayo. I'm kidding of course, but please do subscribe. It really helps the channel a lot. And yeah, that's it. Before I leave, I just want to thank ICS Airsoft and 6mm Philippines for coordinating and providing this pistol to me. And of course, if you want to own this pistol, I suggest that you contact 6mm Philippines sa Facebook nila, place an order, and enjoy. But for now, that's everything from me. See you guys in the next video.